impossible. Well, at least they gave us a hard one finally. Jeez. Oh, a normal. What? Am my eyes not seeing this right? We must have gone over the hump with the prestige level. I think we were like right at the top of a prestige level where it was giving us impossibles for everything, but we've got past that point now, so we're starting to get a few more range and variety now of difficulty. Hopefully this won't give us too much trouble, being a normal and all. But we still only have 3 abilities, so... It's kind of weird. The very first ability you unlock as an archer is actually an upgrade to one of your main abilities. It just does a little more damage. Gives you that sniper shot. You would think they would give you some variety instead of just upgrading an ability right away. Well, that took a little longer than I thought it would. Green box. Let's hope for a green archer item. Everybody got their fingers crossed? Here we go. Ring of Courage. Boo. What's going on here? I think we have lag or something. There we go. It's a nice choke point. Come to my area of death. Shot that guy through the fence, man. That's how skilled I am of an archer. Put one through the fence lattice and still hit the guy on the other side. Shoot those eggs. She needs to get away from the eggs.
Checking your chat, Gimme.
You don't hear anything? I have game sound and voice sound on. Do you have your Twitch muted? And as for the Founders Pack, which Founders Pack are you getting? You probably can't hear me, so it's not worth answering your question if you can't hear me. You hear me, but no game. Okay. I have the sound turned really low on the game, but you should be hearing it. It does say it's transmitting. Are you hearing the sound of the game on my stream there, Power?
Barely.
I can turn it up a little bit, but
Yeah, I would.
alright, 1 second. I think we're talking game sound, so I'll turn the game sound up.
Yeah, I think it's talking game sound. Says they can hear you, just not the game sound.
Yeah. Alright, I turned it up a little bit. Ultimate God Pack 1, yeah. I think it's worth it. I mean, you get a lot of extra stuff. You're going to get the ability to do start off with 2 extra classes right away. You get a lot of... You get 60 days of the Founders, or the, what is it, the premium subscription. You get a bunch of Spark Replicators, which are going to make you level quicker. You get some extra credits that are going to help you out right away. It's a nice pack. They did a good job on it. But whether or not it's worth it, that's kind of up to you. It's whether or not you like this game, like the gameplay, how many hours you think you're going to put into it. But I think the pack is a good pack. I did play Two Human. I love that game. And this does, actually, I was talking to a buddy of mine, and we compared this a little bit to Two Human. It's definitely got the storyline and stuff, you know, the theme of the gods and kind of technology woven in with the god powers and whatnot. That whole theme is very similar between the two, and then kind of the action style combat. I was very sad when they said they weren't going to finish. There was supposed to be a trilogy of Two Human games, and they only made one, and then didn't make the other two. And by the way, I love Your Name's Ardos. That's a good movie too. You want to see Sean Connery dressed up in some crazy outfits? Watch Zardoz. I'm sure Sean Connery would love to take that movie back if he could. It's kind of embarrassing. But it's so good in such a bad way. How's the game sound now? Does it sound a little better? Oh no, there's not a whole lot of sound in this area. A lot of splish splashing as I run through the water. Are we gonna die here? We might die. Need to kill this guy and get a health orb as soon as possible. That's it. Best twist, yeah. It does have quite the twist. I don't know if it's M. Night Shyamalan twisty worthy, but it's pretty good. I don't necessarily not like it. I think it's an interesting movie. It's one of those movies that are good because it's so bad. Yeah, there's game music in here. I usually turn all that stuff way down, especially if I'm streaming. You can turn the music up. I think right now there's not a whole lot of stuff going on. There's just like some bells in the background. Ooh, this fight. I wonder if I actually even need to do these fights. Because technically all I need to do is kill the eggs. Splish, splash, splish, splash, splish, splash. That was a fail on that fence. Forgot these guys don't really move. Thought they would come charge me, but they are not going to do that. There they go. Yeah, looks like I do have to kill these guys. There's a little bit of music going on back there. It's still pretty low. I think it'll pick up once we get to the boss fight. The music is good. Go. And I remember the developer said something about this whole area, the splish splashing area. This stuff was going to go, it was going to get a little bit tuned. Same within the, there's another instance that has some water in it. That they needed to work on the audio a little bit there. Let's do this. Let's run in here, drop the... That was weird. We had a reticle on one guy, but the arrow went to another guy. We almost got that guy dead. Let's kill him and get that health orb. This guy's almost dead too. We can get this health orb and not take much more damage. Come on, die. Oh, and then we get bubbled. Enemies have two different kinds of attacks. They have auto attacks, which pretty much never misses. So you either have to put a shield up, but there are some other stats in here that I think aren't really necessarily in the game yet. There's like some block stats, melee defense and whatnot. I have not seen any items that increase a lot of these different stats. So I think there will be a way to mitigate some of that damage, but that stuff's not in the game right now. But their auto attacks almost never miss. They just lock onto you and they do auto attacks. Like these guys are just shooting like little water balls at me and they're doing damage. So all I can do is I need to out damage what they're doing to me and get them to drop health orbs and pick them up, mitigate that damage that way. And then they have like telegraphed attacks, like they're powerful strikes, and those you'll see them coming, and those can be dodged. So you can use your dashes to get out of the way, or you can outrange them, or you can just not stand in the bad place where they're going to occur. So there's a bunch of different ways to dodge those types of attacks, but there's almost no way to dodge auto attacks at this point, unless you're like a paladin or a lightbinder or something. You can throw a shield up. So there are fights where you want to definitely, they're going to go into auto attack mode for 5-10 seconds. If you have a shield, you want to drop your shield so that you can mitigate that incoming damage, because it's pretty much guaranteed damage. Cycle Hawk, you signed up for the beta way before it started, but I didn't get one, and I can't really put any money into the Founders Pack at the moment. Yeah, sorry, buddy. The game's going to go open beta in like a month or so. So everybody will be invited at that point. The cheapest Founders Pack is $20. If you can scrape together $20, you can get in right now. The Russian beta is an open beta, and I think just allowed everybody in yesterday. So you can sign up for a Russian account and get on the Russian server and play, but everything's going to be in Russian. Alright, let's see if we can take these guys out. Actually, you know what? I've died like 3 times on them. It's now time to, let's slayer them. Yes, once they go to open beta, all accounts are reset. So all this progression will be lost. There we go. Cabal 2, I haven't heard of that. Cabal sounds vaguely familiar. I thought that was like a card game. Like some sort of collectible card game. Yeah, I switched classes. I switched to Slayer. I got tired of dying to that pack as our archer. So I switched to Slayer and took him out. My Slayer's got a bunch more abilities and whatnot. This is a brand new archer that I'm playing right now, so right now all I have is 3 abilities. We're trying to unlock more. So because we're so limited in our abilities, it's making some of these fights pretty difficult. But I can switch to my other classes if we run into a little hard spot and get us through it. One tune for all classes, that is correct. There is no... It's not a class system per se, where when you make your character, you pick a class and you're stuck with that class. You make your character, you can pick a class, but that's just where you start off at. And as you progress, you can open up other classes, and then you can switch freely from them. Yeah, it's super nice. And in fact, there is no way right now to make an alt. You only have 1 character per account. So when you log in, there's no like character selection screen or anything like that. You just automatically log into your 1 character. Because all your progress is going to go into that 1 character, and you don't really need an alt in this game. The only reason you would need an alt, I would think, is if you want to make a male and a female character, because the clothes and stuff on them look a little bit different. But right now there's no way to make a secondary character. I'm guessing they probably will open that up at some point, but there's not really a need to. They'll probably charge you, $10 for an extra character slot or something like that. I can show you that a little bit in more detail after this fight of how the class stuff works if you're not familiar with it. I am missing my dots. I'm sitting here not doing my dots like I should. There we go. Finally get a dot on. So the way the progression works, if you're not familiar with it, there's basically two levels of progression. You can progress each of your individual classes that you have individually, and they going through their, it's called their class atlas. If you go through the class atlas, you'll unlock skills and talents that are specific to that class that you're playing. And then there's a secondary atlas that unlocks things like stats, like strength, stamina, a few other abilities that are general to every single character, every single class that you play. So it just makes your character better overall. Doesn't matter what class you're playing. Just gives you nodes to like increase your damage or give you more hit points and that kind of stuff. And that secondary class atlas, or sorry, the secondary atlas has classes interspersed around it. So if you work your way to one of those classes and unlock it, then you can access their class atlas and begin to unlock abilities and talents and whatnot for that new class. So you can go around that secondary atlas, unlock as many of the classes as you can get to, and have instant access to those classes and be able to play them. But it does take some time and energy to unlock all the abilities in those classes. Keep hitting this guy with lightning arrows instead of fire arrow. Hoping it does more damage, but it does not. There we go. Green box. Let's hope for an archer upgrade. Archer weapon, archer weapon, archer weapon, ring of strength. Boo. Alright, so everything I was just telling you there about the atlases, here it is right here. So this is the Archer Atlas. So when I opened up Archer, I started right here. And then I can go through and open up these nodes. So I had to open up this node, which gave me some might, and then I got the second node, which I upgraded my fire arrow shots. And then I got this node, which gave me some stamina, and this node, which gave me some more might. And we're working our way over here to get this node here. So this whole atlas is filled with abilities or talents. Abilities are the red circles, talents are the yellow triangles. Talents are like passive abilities that just enhance your other abilities, and then the red ones are actual abilities that you click to do different things with your character. And then there's the secondary atlas, which is this guy here. So this secondary atlas, so I started as a paladin, which starts right here. This is the paladin node. And from paladin, I branched out and started getting all these different little nodes, and you can cruise around, and you can see right here is Cryomancer, and right here is Lightbinder. So these are the three starting classes that you get when you first get the game. So you can play any one of these classes. So if you start as Lightbinder, you're going to come out on the atlas here. If you start on Cryomancer, you'll come out of the atlas here, which is basically all the same thing. You can see all three of them feed into this area here. And so then I worked my way over here. Oops, scrolling a little bit. Worked on my way over here, came up over here, worked over here, and eventually I ended up over here at Slayer. So once I came to this little node and got to here, I unlocked the ability to play the Slayer class. And I played Slayer for a while, so if I click on Slayer, it'll open up the Slayer Atlas, which is here. And it started down here, and every class atlas looks a little bit different. It's laid out a little bit differently, so it's not going to be the same for every class. So Slayer started here, and I worked up this side, got this ability, got this talent, worked up this way. Everything that's yellow I ended up getting. So there's things I got, things I skipped. Once I got my fill of playing Slayer, I backtracked a little bit to here, and then went up this way, came up this area, and got Kinetic, which is right here. Played Kinetic for a while. Once I got my fill of Kinetic, I came over here, then went down, followed these nodes over here, and unlocked Archer, which is what we're playing today. If I can get through Archer and play enough of it, I plan on going over here. Let's see where it is. There it is. Come over this way, come down, and unlock Necromancer, which is down here. You see, I have to get through all these different nodes and stuff to do that. And then you can see here, so I have the Founders Pack, which gave me Berserker and Gunner to start off with, and then everybody gets Cryomancer, Paladin, and Lightbinder. So those 5 classes I got just for the Founders Pack that I got. And then by going through this Atlas, I unlocked Slayer, Kinetic, and now Archer. So if you want to change class, you just pull this up. I can pick any class I want. Let's say I want to be a Berserker, and I hit change, and like 3-4 seconds later, boom, I'm a Berserker. And my bar changes with all the Berserker abilities. I don't have any points in Berserker, so it would be pretty minimal. But you can see I have Berserker abilities now, and a big Berserker sword. If I want to go back to my Archer, click it, 3 seconds later, back to Archer. And you can do that outside of combat. Zardoz, Necromancer got your attention? That's cool. Aozu, can you only branch out from the starter classes? In closed beta, you can branch out from any class. So I could go to Berserker, which is, if you look on the Atlas up here, Berserker and Gunner are on the far out sides of this big Atlas. So I could start Berserker or Gunner and come out of the Atlas and go around. But they changed that in open beta, in the Russian open beta. You cannot. You can play Gunner. You can go into the Gunner Atlas. Let's say I start here and I can unlock all this stuff. Normally, once you get to your ultimate, which is right here, that's when you could exit the Gunner Atlas and go to the Ascension Atlas. And essentially you could then start progressing outside here. But they changed that in Russian Open Beta so that only the starter classes can get to this Atlas. So you can start Gunner, you can play Gunner, same with Berserker. You can unlock all the abilities and talents, but you can't pop out on the Atlas from where their starting points are. You can only pop out to the Atlas from the 3 starting classes here: Paladin, Cryomancer, and Lightbinder. Does that answer your question? Wow. That was strange. Having trouble targeting there for a second. I think we got it taken care of though. That's a lot of guys. That is correct. People with Founders Packs will not have an advantage getting to the other 4 classes of like Monk, Witch, Knight, and Alchemist. Although they just released a collector's edition pack yesterday on the Russian site that you can buy that also gives you access to the Knight and the Alchemist. So you can have immediate access to those guys. So only the so if you get a Founders Pack and get the Gunner and the Berserker, and you get the Collector's Edition and get the Knight and the Alchemist, you have, what is that? 7 of the 13 classes that you can play immediately. Yeah, I think it's nice that they did that.
You can use the pack classes to put the gems into the starter class, so you don't have to play them as much.
Yep. So, yeah, so any of your any class you play, you're going to be collecting just sparks, and you can use those sparks any way you want. So you can, even though you're playing as a Berserker, you could use your sparks to put into, say, like a Lightbinder progression path or something like that. So you could unlock, you could start playing Berserker, use your gems to go into Lightbinder so that you could unlock that second Atlas and never have to play Lightbinder.
Well, except for the class sparks needed for nodes. So I don't think there's that.
Yeah, there's a couple nodes that you're going to need to get class sparks on, so I guess you would have to play Lightbinder. Never mind. So everybody's going to have to pick one of the 3 starting classes, Paladin, Crowmancer, or Lightbinder, and put a little bit of time into one of those 3 classes. But you're not going to have to put a ton of time, probably.
I don't think it's going to be very much. They said something about you didn't have to get to your ultimate anymore. They decreased that. You don't have to get into as far as the tree to come out.
Yeah, so it'll be a little bit of a hassle, but it shouldn't be a huge hassle. I feel like I do a lot of backtracking with the archer. It's like, start fight, instantly push back. Just keep pushing back until everything's dead, and then stop pushing back.
Oh my god, you're playing this map with this box.
Yeah, it's good times, isn't it?
Yeah, no.
Whew. Those guys were persistent. There is
For sure.
currently no open world PvP. There are open zones, open questing zones that you can go out and do PvE with other people. All the PvP currently that I've seen is instanced like arenas, like different maps that you can go into and bring different teams of people into. But there is Pantheon Wars. I forgot about that. So there are guild structures that you can make that are like clans, and then your clans can join a pantheon, and your pantheon is a composition of several different guilds all put together. And then your pantheon can, there's going to be areas of the map that are going to open up that the pantheons can fight over. And there's going to be PvE fights where it's going to be like time trials where people can go in and try to clear certain maps quicker than other people, and you'll get certain points for the Pantheon system for that. And then there will be some PvP stuff too, and I'm not real clear about how the PvP is going to work, if it's open world or if it's I think it's like I think it's going to be just a big arena battle is what it's going to be. It's going to be like a big map where our Pantheon comes in and fights your Pantheon. And it's going to be, I think it's going to be 50 on 50 maps. I'm going to switch to a different class here because this Archer's not going to do it for this little group right here. Was fail. Freaking got hit with something there. Go. Back to Archer. Hopefully we can get a Archer weapon out of this next guy. That would be so nice. We're gonna have some troubles here in this fight because this guy can summon adds, which he's doing right now. Okay, actually those are not adds, those are fire bombs. This might be too much for the Archer right now. But we'll give it a shot. See what happens.
You think?
There's ads. Try to round him up. yeah. Yeah, see, by the time we killed those ads, the next set of eggs popped up. Luckily, they're fire eggs and not ads, so we can actually DPS the boss a little bit. But that's not a good sign. We're not going to be able to DPS fast enough to take this guy down, I think. There's more eggs. Luckily they're fire, so that's good. As long as we keep getting fire eggs, we could actually do this. Until we get Skippy09, thanks for the follow, buddy. Oh, sorry. Awazu. I don't know how you say that. Thanks for the follow, man. Sorry, I was looking at my list. It didn't update yet. Thanks for the support. Appreciate it. And we got ads. Now we're in trouble. Get that health. Oh, that health orb. Freaking glowing and juicy. Just disappeared right in front of us. Oh, fire. Oh, fire. Oh, ads. Oh, fire and ads. Oh, no health. Oh, no health orbs. The pain is real. Struggle is real. Let's see if we can peel off a health orb on this guy. Here comes more things. Oh, there's a health orb. Looks like they're ads. Let's get down this fence to protect us a little bit. Use our lightning arrow as much as we possibly can. We're kind of out of energy. And we now have more eggs. Hopefully they're not ads. They are ads. We're in trouble. We're in trouble. Lightning arrow. Lightning arrow. One more lightning arrow for good measure. Out of resources. We're out of slides. Ads are dead, and the eggs are coming again, and the eggs are going to be more ads. We do have our fence back up, so that's good. We will fence, and hopefully that will give us a little breathing room. Okay, ads are dead. Focus on the boss. But now he's summoning more eggs. And they are ads again. We did get a health orb. Did we get the health orb? We did not get the health orb. Energy. We have a bunch of ads chasing us. Lightning arrow. More eggs. These are fire eggs this time, so that's good, I think. Oh wait, no, they're not fire eggs. They are ads. We have more ads. We have our fence up again, so that's good. Let's fence. That'll give us a little breathing room here. Oh, we just took a big hit there from something. More eggs are going down. Please be fire eggs. Nope, they are ads. Just don't think we have enough juice to make this happen. Keep trying though, as long as we are alive, we'll make it happen. Uh-oh, dogs are going crazy. Sorry about that. There's a mailman or something at the door.
We might actually make this.
Whew, sorry, I had to mute myself there for a second so I could concentrate and yell at my dogs. And thank you, Furry Jezebel, for the follow. Thanks for the support.